Hello and welcome to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Today we're going to be going through the final trials of Trial of the Sword. And there's going to be a lot of spoilers probably, so if you haven't played the game yet, maybe you want to play it through first. And even try to do the trials by yourself, and if you get stuck on a floor, certainly check it out. I'll put all the floors indexed in the description, so from there you should be able to just skip to the floor that you're looking for help on. And this is just the final trials, but there's lots of help on YouTube for the middle and beginning trials. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. Now would be a good time before you start to, if you want to take some boosts with food or elixirs to get an attack boost or a stamina boost or a strength boost or something. I don't do that because I just think it's more fun to go without it. But if you're trying to upgrade your sword, certainly go ahead and do it. And pull all the stops, because you can always come back later and challenge yourself in other ways. So right away there's going to be three skeletons coming out of the ground, and really what I do is I like to get the spear from this guy. Looks like it, there it is. Sorry, I stop talking once in a while because I can't talk and play at the same time. So if I stop, don't worry about it. Just wait for me to finish what I'm doing. So everything takes one hit in this, which is the easy part of it. You just want to hit them once to get the skull to pop off, and then hit the skull, and then the Bokoblin skeleton will be done. And they give you some good weapons here. They give you a little of every weapon. There'll be another Bokoblin archer over here that you want to find, and just keep moving, and you don't, there he is. So you don't really have to worry about getting hit if you just keep moving. It looks like it went into kind of a rest mode, so that made it easy for us. And that finishes this one. It's only the 4 in this one to beat. And for my type of playthrough, I like to go through and pick up all of these rusty weapons that are stuck in the ground, because that will come in handy later for the way I like to do this. There's a bow there. You might not need those arms, but they might come in handy. I'll grab them anyway for now. I can drop them later. So I like to break these things open with the bat. So if you can use bombs, but it'll blow them all over the place and it's hard to find them then. Be careful as you're approaching those metal weapons, because the lightning will, if lightning hits them while you're near it, you'll take some serious damage. See right there, it's starting to flash, so we'll just stand back and wait. Bang. So you don't want to be anywhere near that. So now we're clear. We'll pick up that one. I believe that's all of them. Another arrow here. Oh, it's a Bokoblin arrow. Okay. I think there was a shield around. Oh, there was a shield, but it looks like it's going to get hit by lightning. Okay. Alright, that should be everything. Sometimes I forget to pick up that shield. So on to the next floor. In this one, the first thing I'd like to do is to go over and take care of these 2 electric keys, but don't get too close, because especially if you're standing in the water, they will zap you and cause a lot of damage. So kind of stay out of the water as much as you can. Yeah, that one's a little harder to get. He flies a little higher. Can I get it? No. And they also attract the lightning too. Just take your time, don't get too close, eventually you will hit it. Try one of these. Try an arrow, there we go. And we'll pick up some wood. So, next thing to do is, there's a trigger point there's 3 skeleton Lizalfos in here. And the trigger point is just when you first walk into the mud hut. So I'm just going to put on my... I didn't walk in far enough. Put on my spear, wait for them to come out. There we go, look out. Okay, oh, there goes my spear. What should we use? We don't want to use anything metal because we'll get hit by lightning. So now should be able to just hit the skulls, and that's it. This one's done. You can just throw a bomb in here and detonate the bomb to blow up those powder kegs, but I like to keep everything intact because I like to be able to cook the food later, because it will roast by itself. It'll roast by itself if you let the powder kegs kill everything. And there's a nice shield here too. So a couple of good pieces of equipment to have. Now you can see that my Sheikah slate is telling me there's a treasure chest over here. Oops. So as long as the lightning is not going to strike it immediately. Well, now it is, but we'll get away from it before that happens. And that's my Royal Guard sword. I like to use that for sneak strikes because it tends to use... Sneak strikes tend to take a... tend to multiply the damage of the weapon several times. I don't know how much, but so I just keep that one for sneak strikes. The Royal series doesn't last very long, those dark weapons. They have poor durability, so you just want to use them as sparingly as possible. There's a chest up here in this tree. Looks like the lightning's going to hit it, but I think I can get away in time. Okay. I like to blow up these spikes here, just so I don't land on them or something when I'm trying to attack the skeletons that are going to be coming out of the ground soon. I'm playing this on a Wii U, so you're going to see that it slows down a little bit sometimes, or the frame rate decreases. Doesn't bother me at all. It's never affected my game. There's some arrows in here, pick those up. Now as soon as we get up on that top one, the skeletons are going to start coming out of the ground. So I want to pick up just use a weapon that, probably just use a spear, even though they're going to be skeleton moblins, so they're going to take more hits than just one. But hopefully I won't need a hand weapon for that. So you see one of them's already coming out of the ground there. So, whoa, makes it really hard to aim when their lightning strikes. You just hit them straight in the head. They will immediately be finished. And there's 2 more over here. Looks like if they don't see you, they're going to jump back down into the ground. Yep, they both did. So I can use a bomb to blow them up, and then one strike should take the head out. Like that. And then that one. And that's the end of this area. Each of them drops a pretty good weapon, so you'll want to go and pick through the grass and try to find it, in case you need it sometime. I like to pick up the Moblin arms because they will help me to break open some boxes so that I don't have to use durability on some good weapons. So I'm just going to drop all the bokoblin arms that I picked up and keep the moblin arms. And I believe there's a bow over here somewhere. Is that an arrow? Okay, yep, that was an arrow. I won't leave until I find that bow. There it is. Okay. And I believe I've picked up everything I want. So let's move on to the next floor. Really appreciate all of you that have been uploading your walkthroughs. I always seem to learn something every time. One channel I really like is LevelUp Royal, because I learned so much from his walkthroughs. You're gonna, oh, I jumped. You're going to find several stall bokoblins on horses here. So the first thing you'll want to do is maybe just throw a bomb out there to try to trip them up a little bit. And this one got through. So we'll just give him a strike. That. Whoop. Don't want to get hit by that thing. That's a bone weapon. Oops. I took some damage. Okay. Did I get him? Yep. Okay, there's one behind me too. Okay. Okay. Watch out I don't detonate that one. And watch out because there's 3 more archers far over in the corner where the camera's facing. So you want to be sure to not get hit by them. One of them does have shock arrows. I want to pick up all the weapons that they dropped here. Let's see, what can I drop? Don't really want that. I can get rid of a couple of bokoblin arms. Okay, I want that spear. Alright. And the club. Now I'll try to break open these metal cases before the lightning strikes them. Otherwise they blow your arrows all over the place. See, one of the bokoblins saw me over there. So they're going to start coming over. Maybe I'll just stay up here. Okay, that's one of them. Missed it. Okay, I'm just gonna get some air here. And oops, missed it. Got the lightning going again, so it's messing up my aim. Okay, so the last one is the one that shoots arrows. Shock arrows. So let me find a horse so I can get some air over next to him and go into bullet mode. Come on. There you go. Okay, it's starting. Okay. And bang, that's done. I think that was the last one. So now I'm going to go through and pick up all the metal weapons stuck in the ground again. Drop some weapons that I don't need so I can make room for them. Pick up that bow, shield here, broadsword here. Come around here and don't forget to get these boxes here because those are shock arrows. Don't want to miss those. And I'll just keep making my round here until I find all the rusty weapons, because we're going to be upgrading those later. Kind of hard to see things with all the rain. Okay. And it's always random when it comes to fruit and mushrooms, so it's kind of interesting when it comes to cooking in these. You never know for sure what you're going to get. So it kind of makes it a different experience every time. Okay, I need to make room for that rusty claymore. Drop a BotW arm. And I think that's all. I don't think there's any more weapons to pick up. I'm going to go look up over here and make sure I picked up everything from the skeletons that I put down. Don't see any more things flashing, so we'll head off to the next floor. So my idea here is to stop him and hit him in the eye so that I'm able to, this is going to break when I hit him, there we go. So that he doesn't move when I try to aim. And just try to get some hits in. Starts getting up, get out of the way again, or he'll try to attack you. Try again. And I just keep doing this. Don't take any risks to get more damage because you got lots of time. Okay. Next time the eye will probably pop out. There it is. So now we want to try to keep the eye away from the stall knocks as much as possible. Just pick any weapon that's not metal. So now it's time to knock the eye out again. Okay. Usually takes 2 or 3 sessions of beating on this thing because it has a lot of HP. So that's it. This one is finished. There's a chest here to pick up and a couple of... I want to pick up these before the lightning strikes them. All those elemental weapons. Those are going to come in handy for this run through. And I'm out of space again. So we'll keep dropping some of our bone weapons. Okay. There's also a couple of boxes here to pick up. What can we use to break them open? Use this. Like I say, you can use bombs, but it might just knock everything all over, then they're hard to find. So is the chest back here, and it's back behind the other mud hut. Okay. Nice arrows. Very handy later on. So now the next is a break room. And when you get in the break room, the first thing you want to do is crouch so you don't accidentally start running and scare all the fairies away. In this final trials, in normal mode, you're allowed, I believe it's 3 fairies. So once you've got 3 fairies, no more fairies will spawn in these rooms. So we'll just slowly come over and pick this one up, and then you can start running around and going to work. There are always fish in these ponds. I like to just bomb them and pick them up. You can just jump in and take them, but a little easier if you bomb them first. Double axe here to pick up, to drop some more weapons. I like to use the double axe on these boxes now because of the fact that it's got such a high durability. Usually lasts through the entire run. And again, it's random with fruit and mushrooms. Ancient arrows in this I'm not going to be using just because I think it's a more of a fun challenge, but if you're trying to upgrade your sword, go ahead and use them. You'll want to use them, of course, on some of the later enemies, like the Guardians and the Lionels and so forth. So we're going to put these on right away, because we're going to need those in the next area. Okay, so we picked up everything. What I like to do now is to go through and get a bunch of wood, just in case I need to create an updraft in a pinch. So I'm gonna, even though it takes a lot of time and it's not really fun to watch, I'm gonna go ahead and break up all these trees and take the wood. I believe you can get about 15 bundles, which should be more than enough. Rock leaf. Sometimes they drop nuts, and those will help you with your cooking. Don't let trees fall on you. That will make you take damage. You could use the axe for all this, but I just like to save the durability. So I think out of all the YouTube channels, I've learned the most from LevelUp Royal. He has some really good Elixir videos. I think they're the best Elixir videos on YouTube right now. If you have a good video, be sure to comment on it so I know to go over and look at it. I think I've looked at most of them, but I certainly don't want to miss one. So if you have a good walkthrough, I would like to watch it, because I always seem to be able to learn something new. There's another acorn I'll pick up. So now I picked up all the wood that I want. How many bundles do I have? 14 bundles. And I think I picked up, oh, there's the 15th one right there. So I think I picked up one bundle earlier, so we have enough to keep us going. So I'm going to save my bananas. Actually, I have enough. If I use 2 razor shrooms and 2 bananas, I have enough for a high level attack boost. So I'm going to go ahead and cook these. Usually you save them so that you can maybe go for a high level later in another break room. Each one of these truffles represents a complete recovery, so just do them one at a time. Okay. And we'll cook the other one. Okay, I have a iron shroom and 3 armored carp, which is 4, so I'm going to go ahead and cook those for a high level defense boost. Now I'll just cook my meat and get all the hearts out of that. Usually cook them maybe a couple at a time, so if I just want to refill a little bit, I can do that, or if I want to refill a lot, I can take them more than one at a time. So that's my 6 meat skewer. I'm going to eat that now just to top off my health, since I took that hit from the mounted skeleton. So these don't have any special properties, they're just hearts, so I'll cook them all together. Takes a lot of time in these rooms, but just don't rush it, and just take as much time as you need to prepare, because this is one of the hardest challenges in normal mode. And upgrading your sword makes the rest of the game much easier. So we are cleared now. We'll head on to the lava area. first thing I like to do is, well, I should have taken these off before I went in here, because you will lose your wooden equipment if you leave it on. So now we got all metal things, we don't have to worry about losing them. I'm just going to take out all these little guys here with bombs before I head over to another platform which has a rusty claymore that we'll want to pick up. Just kind of look out for that Octorok. He's going to throw some rocks at you. If you keep moving, generally you're okay. I have a tree branch. I don't know where I picked that up. We don't need that. Now, the reason I kept all those rusty weapons is because I like to drop them in front of this Octorok, and he will upgrade them for you. So, we'll stay out of the way of that. Okay. And that sword is going to come about here. So just keep mashing the button until it bounces once and pick it up. It's just a little traveler's sword, but every once in a while you'll get something of high caliber. It's kind of random, but you will get a good weapon under certain, if you just get lucky. Maybe 1 out of 4 will give you a better weapon than just the little ones. Okay, that's a traveler's claymore. Throw this one in. Some people don't like to do this because you could take damage from the weapon if you get hit by it. But if you know kind of where they're going to land, you don't have to worry about too much about getting hit. I'm hoping to get a Knight's Claymore. That's a Soldier's Claymore. That's a little bigger. Knight's Claymores you will get on rare occasion. It's kind of fun to see what you get. Little Traveler's Sword. Probably won't even use those. So let's go ahead and, did I use all the swords? Oh, there's another sword. So then we'll move on to our spears. So I didn't get any really good swords that time. Spears generally drop a lot closer. So we'll go ahead and, oops, stay out of the way of that. And it's about right here or so. Now that's a really good weapon right there. That's a soldier's spear. Well, it's certainly a lot better than the smaller spears that generally come out. And it has a pretty good durability too, even though it's got a low attack. So there's one more spear here. A halberd, I should say. Stick over here more in case I lose it. So another soldier's spear. Not the best spears to get, but certainly better than the rusty weapons. So I already have my shield on. I'm going to go ahead and try to get these shields upgraded. I'll just drop it right here. I'm going to run as fast as I can up to this little hill. And they go like frisbees. They go really fast. So just hit the button as fast as you can. Was I able to get it? No, I didn't get it. So that went into the lava. I got it. Okay, it's a soldier's shield, so one of the lowest ones that you can get. So I didn't do too well that time. I didn't get any really good weapons. That soldier's shield will burn up if I leave it on, so we'll put on the Zelda's shield. And let me just make sure I have all of my weapons upgraded that I want to upgrade. So yes, I do. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw a bomb in. Yeah. That, and bang. And that's the end of that area. So here you just want to pull out your frost blade, because these fire Lizalfos will be taken out in one hit. Well, if you hit them. That. And if they're going to shoot at you, just kind of strafe them, go to the side a little bit. And they shouldn't be able to hit you if you're going toward the side. And one hit. Okay. So here I don't want to mess up my frost blade, so I'm going to find something else to open this with. Get a high durability weapon. Okay. And get our frost blade back out. Where's the frost blade? There it is. Because there's one more fire Lizalfos. And I just about got hit there. I'm not really good at this game, as you've probably noticed by now. But I still have fun with it, and I still think that you might learn something just from watching this. So I'll break open this and get your fire arrows. And then that's finished. We're done here. First thing to do is to take out this whiz rope. I like to, just to make sure that my aim is true, I like to use stasis and then just shoot it in the face once, and it will stun it long enough to get out your great frost blade. One hit will take it out because it's a elemental weapon. You want to have this meteor rod for later, it comes in handy. Now there's 2 Lizalfos and 1 Moblin in here carrying a hammer, so you don't want to rouse them all up all at once if you can help it. Just kind of try to get their attention one at a time. See, now I got that one's attention, but something else. Oh, they both came out. No, they all 3 came out. Okay, so I'm getting toasted. So I'm just going to run around a little bit until I feel like I can get a good entry into these guys without taking too much damage. Okay. I'm taking damage now. So I want to get that thing out of that guy's hand, because if he hits me with it, take some serious damage. So I'm going to use stasis on it and use my I don't have room for it, so I'll drop. Okay, I lost it. Picked it back up again. Okay. Wasted a fairy. This is about the worst I've ever done in this area by waking up all 3. Okay. Okay, that one's done. I'll take a little bit of heat for it. I think the Moblin lost track of me, so let's hide over here. Let's see if we can just deal with this Lizalfos. Okay. Done. Okay. Now we can just deal with the Moblin. Should be a lot easier. Okay. Make some room for that hammer. And I need my electricity. And now I'm just going to take a weapon and just kind of spin spin until this guy's done. You kind of just spin and stay close and keep going in one direction. They usually can't reach you because they're so big. The next thing to do is to go into this mud hut and pick up all the goodies. Get some arrows. Okay. And did we pick up the hammer? Yes, we did. We want that for later. So we're going to treat this Lizalfos much like in the previous, one of the previous rooms. Oh, I got hit by that. And just go to the side and usually miss you. Okay, so what I'm doing is ducking so that I don't get that mob with attention too much. And I like to just shoot this crate over here to get it to turn around and look the other way. And then I'd like to land down here quietly, and I do some crouching so I don't get everything stirred up at once here. And I'm going to do some sneak strikes, so we'll pull out that high hitting weapon. We'll do this right now. You'll see there's a chest here to pick up. That is more ancient arrows. We're not going to use them in this run, but just to show you where it is. I'm going to fill up my health here while I'm thinking about it. Okay, should do it for now. I'm not keen on running through here very fast, otherwise I'll have all three of them coming down the stairs at once. I believe there's 3 moblins here. I'm just going to try and go slow and see if I can sneak up on them one by one. One sneak strike with this high level weapon will usually take them down in one shot. Go as slow as I can so they don't hear me. And try to pick up that bow or whatever weapon they have before it falls into the lava. So it didn't see me. Let's see if we can sneak up on this one too. I'm not good at close combat, so I have to be very careful how I go about this. Yep, he saw me, and don't get hit by that thing like that, because it hurts. So we're going to try and get that thing out of its hand. Is it going to come down and meet me? I'll use stasis and then try to use a shock weapon to get the weapon out of its hand. There it is. Okay, I'll pick it up. And I can't pick it up because I didn't make room for it. Okay. Kind of do the same thing as before. Try to move around it a little. Stay out of range of its attacks. It's still not dead. So which one do I want to use? This one. That's it. Okay. I believe there's one more up here. If I didn't already alert it to my presence. Holding a claymore, so that's another weapon I really don't want to get hit by. Fill up some health. Okay. Sometimes they hear you, sometimes they don't. I just haven't determined what it is that causes it. It might be just random. Grab that claymore before it falls, because I like to use that on some later enemies. So now it's time to go down and break open all the boxes. Get some arrows and other things. Something else I should show you while I'm down here. There is a large block down here to you could use to attack things. So there it is. Oops, I thought I had my magnesis on. Okay, and it is pretty big, and you can do some damage to those moblins. I never have much success with it, so I don't use it. But it's something to experiment with once you know it's there. Some fire arrows. And I think we can leave. There's no more boxes to open. So in here we're going to be taking out a talus. And I'll pick up the arrows first. I think there's 2 boxes here, if I remember right. Yeah. So just stay clear of it so you don't wake it up before you pick things up that you want. These are just some vents that you can use to get an updraft if you're interested in using that to get on top of it. I don't generally use it, but if you like taking them out that way, that is an option. So use our frost blade on this to cool them down so we can climb on it. Just approach it and it'll wake up. Once it's fully awake, take 1 swing and that will cool it down. Well, that's 2 swings. Best weapon I've found on this is the sledgehammer. That's why I wanted to be sure to get that from that moblin and just start spinning. And sometimes you can even get all the health down in one go. Yeah, almost. So we're going to get our frost blade out if we don't get hit by... Actually, what I'm going to do is use frost arrow. Oh, I got hit. Okay. Up on top again, and 1 hit should take care of it now. There we go. As far as I know, there's nothing else to pick up here. Now I'll need to have another rest area. And again, just crouch down, pick up the fairies first. Okay. What I've found is sometimes these fairies start to stray toward the portal there, and for some reason they get scared and fly away. So if you see them going for the portal, go for that one first before it flies away. I like to pick up all these peppers because you're going to need them to for warm up in the cold areas. Oh, I can get them all. There we go. Yeah, gotta free up some inventory here. That keeps that soldier spear. Oh, get rid of that. Okay, get these fish here. Maybe I'll pick up these mushrooms before I start throwing bombs around, because bombs can destroy the mushrooms. The sizzlefin trout will also help if you cook them. Did I get them all? Yep, all 3. Okay. I think I picked up everything. Oh, there's a radish here. Radish is a full health. So we'll just cook that by itself. I like to cook these 2 at a time. You really only need a low level warmth boost, so I really didn't need to cook 2 at a time at that time. But with these peppers, each one of them is 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so 2 of them would be 5 minutes. That's generally how I cook them. Looks like I got 10 minutes out of that, so it must have been one of those rare perks. Sometimes you just get a better meal randomly. So let's see. This has nothing special. Cook it with some stamina boosters. And the rest of what I have, let's see. I'm just going to leave everything, and maybe I'll pick up some more things to be able to cook a bigger meal with those for more benefits. I have done everything here, so we're going to go off to the cold and snowy area. Now here you can just hold a flame weapon to stay warm. I like to just take my food with the heat benefits, so that'll keep me going for 5 minutes. I have to get up my bombs here, take out these 2 little guys. Okay. And just work my way up here. There's a chest here. And I always just drop a flame weapon here next to it, and that will melt it over time while you're working on other things. You could just light a fire next to it, or stand next to it with a weapon, a fire weapon. My trick here is to take some normal arrows and just cause a little bit of a distraction. Try to get them all together, and then shoot the ice choo-choo, and that will cause it to freeze those 2, and then this one you can make short work of. Just find a good weapon to take it out with. They're not very strong, so 3 hits and it's done. I'm going to use my camera now to figure out which one is which, because I want to take out the blue one first. Use a high damage weapon for that. Okay, take it out in 1 hit. These lower class bokoblins generally stay frozen longer. It's the silver and gold ones that will break out of the ice faster, so you have to watch that. So I'll use this and just start spinning. And I did pretty well that time. Usually I take a few hits when I get into combat, so I'll take that as a win. I thought I saw a shield somewhere here. There it is. Okay. I'll run back, and the chest should be melted by now. Gotta be careful dropping weapons, because sometimes they despawn. If Did he spawn? You've lost him, so you'll have to say goodbye to it. In that case, it stayed. Bomb arrows will come in handy when we start fighting guardians in the ruins area. When you get these items out of here, pick them up quick before they freeze or they lose some of their benefits. And I'm going to pick up my arrows too. Might not need them, but it's always good to have arrows. First thing I want to do is take out this blue bokoblin that's standing here keeping watch. And I'll need a bigger bow. I have a big bow. So just try and hit it in the head. Before it alerts everybody else in the complex. And this Lizalfos is an ice Lizalfos, so we'll just use a fire arrow on it, one shot, and just so we don't have any problems. If you could just lure some of the monsters down next to these and then shoot them and to freeze the monsters, but I tend to not do too well with that. So that is a vent, so if you want to use your paraglider to go to the top, you could, or at least high up. So I'm going to drop a few weapons that I really don't want anymore. Some of the cheaper weapons. Hate to get rid of those spears, but they're not going to come in handy right now. I'll drop my meteor rod here again to melt that. That is, I believe it's the last of the ancient arrows. There's a total of 9 ancient arrows in this run. I always go real slow so that I don't alert anything and I can try to do some sneak attacks. It's slow going, but worth it if you don't have to fight things too much. Like if you're like me, you get hit a lot if you try to fight things. I believe there's a moblin up here, so I'll have to be extra careful. I keep getting hit by them. I might be able to sneak up on this one if it doesn't turn around too much. It's not going to turn, so we'll just knock it off of there. I'm going to go down and take care of it. Where'd it go? Coming back up. Well, we'll worry about it later. I want to get rid of this moblin up here. Yeah, it's facing the wrong way. You're gonna... Oop, it saw me. Okay, the gig is up. I'm gonna have to use my favorite method of these guys, and that is to take their weapon from them and then just start. And this one has a lot of HP because it's a silver. Come on. And you're going to go through a couple weapons on this guy. That's okay. Take your time. Just about got kicked. Get kicked by these guys, it takes a lot of damage. Okay. Another weapon in here. I'll use this bone weapon. That's it. Okay. I think I took that down with no damage. Oh, that bokoblin fell off and lost the last of its health when it hit the ground. That's what happened. That's why we couldn't find it. Nothing up here to pick up. I'm starting to take damage, so let's eat some more. Let's just hold our flame spear for now. And that will keep us from taking damage. Except that I have to open this. Okay. Oh, the weapon I forgot about there. Where's my dragon bone? There it is. Plenty of arrows there. And that's it. Okay, so we'll go pick up these ancient arrows, even though, again, we're not going to use them. So that's all of the ancient arrows. I believe I have 9. Yes, I do. So move on to the next floor. This one's a very tricky room for me because I usually end up getting hit a lot in these melee sessions. There is a whiz robe here that I can take out with a fire arrow. So, and I'm going to walk slow just so I don't tend to alert everybody to my presence too early. I want to make sure I have enough slots open for some weapons to pick up if I want to steal any. And sometimes they despawn, so I'll just pick my lowest ones, of course. And also, if you put them back here, it's less chance of the enemies picking them up and using them against you. I don't want to jump. Oh, it saw me. So let's put stasis on it. Where is it? Can I come over here? Oh. Hit by an ice keys. Okay. Yeah, that moblin knows I'm there too. Okay. Stay. Whoop, don't let the moblin get the blizzard rod. Okay. Man. Alright. So I'm going to heal a little bit here while I'm in the sub-screen. Okay. So I want to get the weapon out of this guy's hand. Let's do that. Pick out my short sword. I'm going to get that weapon. Okay. Now we can start working on him here. Doesn't see me, does it? Okay. So now there's 3 BotWs we want to work on. Starting to take damage, so add some more food. Let's see, what's the best way to approach these guys? What I'll do is jump sideways and just try to get some air and try to take out the blue ones first. In bullet mode. I'm a little ways away, but okay. I wasn't able to get them both. Okay. Now let's just see if the silver one will settle down a little bit. Doesn't see me, doesn't know where I am, although it is now armed. And they have a ton of HP, those silver ones. So let's do this one again. and just try to sneak strike it. They don't have as good ears as moblins. So we can usually have a successful sneak strike. But you don't want to get hit by that royal spear, because they really take off a lot of... Doesn't see me? Wow, I'm getting out of here. Okay, we're going to do this. Same old method. Take the weapon away from it. And they're not as easy to spin around. They tend to hit you more because they're smaller. But we'll just keep working our way around it and see if we can take it out. Okay. Got a bad start, but a good finish to that floor. Do we have on this floor? Do I want to go pick up any other weapons? Let's go over and see what I dropped. Okay. Move on to the next area. This frost house you don't want to get too close to because it will freeze you and you'll take some serious damage. So again, I like to move around to the rear of it to attack from the behind and climb up on top. That there is a vent if you want to melt it. You can get an updraft to get on top of the talus. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose my fire arrows straight away. Don't need a really good bow for this. And I think we'll use up this sledgehammer. Wait for it to fully wake up. Shoot it once. That way you can climb on it. Okay, whoops. And this will probably break my sledgehammer, but we'll get as much damage in as we can. That thing is real durable. Okay, did well. It's never happened before where I fly up in the air at the end. It may have been just getting ready to attack. So the next here is the Lionel, which of course you'll use an ancient arrow on that. But I'm just going to prepare for the battle and hope that I can get plenty of perfect dodges out of it. I want to save my big bow for something else, so we'll go ahead and use this bow, which is kind of a medium bow. And we have a good shield on. And later on I'll decide if I want to eat some food or not to boost my attack. We'll see how the battle goes. You could drop some wood and start on fire for an updraft. It takes 3 to 5 bundles to do that. I'm not going to do that yet unless I start taking a lot of damage. Wow, like that. So let me heal a little bit. This will be enough to get me through, so let's go ahead and eat that. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I had my bow out is where I messed up. Just kind of work from one flurry rush to the next. and just keep working your way down on it. Okay, so that weapon is done. What do I want next? I missed it, but whoops. Let's find a good weapon now. That Knight's Halberd is good for some of those Guardians. So we'll keep that for that. Okay, what's it going to do next? Missed the perfect dodge there. Jumped out of my way. Oh. Can I catch an updraft? Yes. So we'll just take down some HP here. And here, I usually regret this, but I'm going to try to take some damage off it this way. Because sometimes it can turn around and start swinging at you. Like that. But I got a lot of damage off of it. Do some healing here. I might just save that attack boost for the other Lionel that I'll be meeting. It's a good way to lose a shield. Like that. So we got lots of shields though, and there will be more coming. Missing my perfect dodges now. My timing is off. There we go. Take some more damage down. I should have been watching that. Next weapon. We'll use this bone weapon. Okay. I need another weapon. Let's break this one. Break that over its back. Use the spear. That'll break pretty quick, but we'll get some damage done. That's it. Okay. There's a chest in this area that you want to find, because I believe it's bomb arrows, and you don't want to miss bomb arrows. One nice thing about taking out these Lionels is you get some really nice weapons from them. Now, how many fairies do I have? Did I lose any fairies? Go back this way. I have 2, so there should be 1 spawn for me. In the rest area. I will just drop my rod and my spear. And we'll just wait here. If you get a chance to check out LevelUp Royal, he has some really good elixir videos. He does it during blood moons, so he gets the boost every time. They are the best elixir and cooking videos that I can find, and there's several of them, so go ahead and watch them all if you're interested in that type of thing. I don't really do much with elixirs myself. I do more cooking, but it's good to know something about elixirs, and they can be really tricky to put together correctly. Well, they're giving me 2 fairies. That's pretty good. Did not expect that. I'm going to need them, because I'm just not very good at the melees. Well, there's 3 fairies. Is that 3? There's 3 fairies here. They must think I'm in rough shape. We'll take them. Alright. Iron shrooms. Stimula shrooms. Three of them here. Got two. Oh, the other one's still alive. It just jumped out of the water. There we go. Okay. Find something to open these crates with. Oh, I got my bows full, so I have lots of junk bows. I can throw them on the ground. And if you can hear some snoring, that's my nephew. He's works nights, so he can't sit through a whole 2-hour session of this Zelda stuff. So now I'm going to want to do some cooking here. Do we have anything worth... well, each one of these bass is a full recovery, so let's just cook them one at a time first. I have 5 fairies. I think I'm in pretty good stead. I don't know when this will be uploaded. The date is August 2nd, 2019 as I record this. About 10 at night right now. I'm hoping to be able to upload it within a week or two. Also planning to do one more video if I can get everything set up again tomorrow, which is Saturday. So I can get a mid-level by cooking these 3. This is the last rest room, so you're not going to be able to get too much more stuff. You're not going to be able to cook anything else. So we'll take the mid-level attack boost. We'll use it on that final Lionel. The final Lionel. I don't know if this will be a low or a medium. We'll just take a look. It's a low level. So that's a armor boost. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anything else that doesn't have any special properties? No. So we'll cook those together. This will give some stamina. This will give some overfill stamina. It's going to give me a little perk. It's just random. To give me a few extra hearts. This one should help me to, it says increase movement speed, so we'll do that with these lotus seeds, which also increase movement speed. So we can try to get a low or mid-level boost. It's a low level. And these ones should be for stealth. So I'll cook those after. Okay, I believe I've cooked everything I want to cook. I end up not using any wood. I don't think I'll need it later. But it's good to have it just in case. So this next area is full of guardians. I generally do pretty well if I can get the distance correct I'm pretty good at the perfect parry. Don't get hit too many times, usually. We'll see what happens here. There's a chest here I'm going to pick up right away. Thought it was right here, but it must be farther out. Anyway, what we'll do is just wake up this one. Let me make sure I have a good shield on. Something that's not going to break too quick. Yeah, that's a good shield. So just wake it up. I'm going to pick up a sidearm rather than a two-handed weapon, just to make sure I always have my shield out. Okay, just one perfect parry will take out each of these. Take out one of them, look around and see. Sometimes the other ones will wake up when you take out one. I think they didn't this time. There's my chest that I want. Yeah, one of them woke up, so I'm going to hide back here. Let's see, can I get behind this tree? Yes, okay. It's a little farther away than I'd like to be, so what I'm going to do is just go ahead and take that one out next. And hope I don't wake up any others. See which one other one's gonna wake up next. There it is. Two of them. This might be tricky. Maybe I'll move over here and see if that's a better vantage point. Okay. I think use this one for cover. Okay, it was a little farther away, but I delayed just enough that it turned out that it worked. You can just stun them by hitting them in the eye with a normal arrow, and then walk in and just beat them up until they think of what I'm doing instead of talking here, so they don't get hit. Okay, and just keep stunning them in the eye until you're able to beat them down enough. Doing pretty good. I usually get hit by now, so how many are left? Is it two or one? There's two. Okay, they both woke up. So we'll stand right there. Okay, I wonder if I can do a perfect run here. I don't know if I've ever done a perfect run on this. Once they lose sight of you, they'll stop training on you. It gives you time to get over them. Oh, there's a perfect run. So and that's all. There's nothing else to pick up here that I know of. And it takes very little, if nothing, off the shield if you get a perfect parry every time. I saw one guy on YouTube went through the Forgotten Temple with a pot lid. And as long as he didn't ever mess up his parry, he never lost his pot lid. Very interesting run through. There's one stalker here. Some people like to use horses to fight these. I don't. I'm going to come around here to kind of come at it more in my timing rather than it see me right away. I also like to pick up these. Open up these crates here. We might be able to use up this. And one more box to open for now. Open it with this. It's looking for me. We'll wait till it turns back around. There we go. I want to get a little closer to it before I alert it to my presence. So, let's wait till it gets a little closer. The weapon I want to use to cut off the legs is this one. I don't know if it'll last through all the legs. And around the tree rather than jumping off of it, so I'm going to suffer for that. Okay. Now I'll just do this. Takes about 3 hits per leg. Try not to get too close, you don't want to wreck your durability. Okay, I didn't get all the legs off, but let's try this. Something that swings a little faster. That will stun it every time. If you can knock off the leg, it will stun it for you. Yep, I can't reach it, so we're going to have to stun it again. Okay. It's stuck up on that tree, it can't find me. Okay. Now the reason I did that is because now I can just use my normal shield parrying to take it out. Can't find me. Come on, I'm back here. Still can't find me. There we go. Oh, it looks like I pretty well knocked its health down good. This might do it. Yeah. Okay. So it's just that one enemy here. Probably want to use an ancient arrow on that one, because of the amount of weapons it generally takes to take it out. Now there's no more arrows in here, I don't think. No. Alright. Yeah, I don't like to fight those on horseback. It seems to work good for other people, but not for me. By all means, save your ancient arrows for these flying guardians, because they are, to me, they're the worst enemy in the game. I have so much trouble with them. So I'm just going to run over here. It probably won't notice me. Climb up here and get the bomb arrows. And what I'm going to proceed to do is try to shoot those propellers off, because it's too far away to get a really good sweet spot for shield pick, for a perfect parry. So we'll just start using our bomb arrows here. Let's use this bow, so we can kind of boost the attack a little bit. And I'll use my... Sometimes it shoots at you immediately when you hit it, so I want to get it to stop moving. I wonder if I whistle. There we go. I see I missed. You don't want to miss with your bomb arrows. Okay. There we go. Okay. Sometimes it'll shoot at you immediately, so just be careful with that. Just a matter of getting all these propellers off. It's not shooting at me yet. Took one of them out. Missed. No, I didn't miss. Did I get it? Okay. Now that's step one. On the ground you have to do some shield parrying again. Did it shoot itself? It's having trouble training on me. It'll find me though, it always does. That's odd, that's never happened before. Okay, that's one. Can you find me? Come on. There we go. This one looks better. Alright, one more hit should do it if I don't get toasted. Okay. That's one of the hardest things in this run for me, and I finally got through that. I don't know of any other pickups here. Take a quick scan here to see anything over here. No. Nothing to pick up. So we'll head on to the next area. So there's 3 guardians here. First thing I like to do is just run to get ahead of the flying guardian and just pop down through this hole so it can't get me. I'm going to get a stalker guardian, a sky guardian, and a turret. So I'm going to get out some normal arrows just in case I need them. I'm going to stick with what I have. You might get noticed by the stalker, but it generally doesn't give you too much trouble. And the turret should be training on me any second. So I like to go over here where I'm out of range of other things. Whistle. So it knows I'm here. It can't find me. Come on, I'm right here. Okay, I'll shoot you then and we'll see if you... There you go. This is one of the most difficult things because it's not at the right length. Yeah, see, I failed there. I'm gonna have to get a little closer. Yeah, I'm getting trained by... Okay, I got that one. Oh, I took some damage anyway. Should I heal a little bit? Do I have anything? Okay. Keep working. I'm gonna wait for it to come back around. So maybe I can get it to be closer to me. A lot of waiting in this if you want to do it right. Boy, it did not take much health off that thing, did it? That's the thing, is they move around, so when you deflect it back, it does not always go to their weak spot. So we want to stop it about right here. That should do it. Let's see how that works. Yeah. Still took some damage, but not bad. And I'll just keep at it and see. Pretty close to it. One more should do it. Whoa! I just noticed that at the last second. Okay, maybe I can use an updraft and finish this thing off here. Get down. Okay, I need another updraft here. There we go. That's it for that one. Okay. Next thing we want to do is take out the turret so it doesn't bother me while I'm working on the scout. Oh, the stalker came around to the other side. So that might even be to our benefit. I better heal a little bit. Those aren't going to do me any good because I can't cook them, but I know if there's no cooking pots around here. Alright. So now I'm out of range of this turret. I'm not going to... You can perfect parry these and take them down from the ground, but it's too hard for me to do. So I'm going to have to break some weapons over it to finish it off. So just hit it once in the eye, stun it, pick a weapon that you can spare. I guess it's time to get rid of the axe, so we'll just use this. Once it gains its senses, shoot it again in the eye, and just keep working at it. because the stalker shouldn't be able to reach you up here. This axe just keeps going and going and going. This doesn't have a really good attack, but it's a viable way to take this turret out. We're getting there. Is that it? That's it. Alright. Now to work at the stalker, which has moved back to its original location. Do I have a good sword to cut off its limbs with? Yes, I have a knight's claymore. It's probably been used pretty well, but we'll use what we can of it before it breaks. Doesn't see me yet. Get its attention. There we go. Okay. Wait for my stamina to come back up and bang, bang, bang. Okay, okay, that's the end of that. Let's decide now which weapon we want to use. Don't have any really good cutting weapons. This might be the job. Yep, 3 hits did it. Okay, one more leg. What I'm doing is trying to keep it from moving around while I do my shield parries. So I need to take off the legs. One more hit should do it. And I can pick up some arrows over here. I think there's arrows somewhere. Yeah, right here. Wait for the portal to open. And I believe there's something up here too. So we're coming down to the end now, although the end is kind of chaotic. See what kind of weapons I have. Break this open with. Use this. Okay, I might use that on the Lionel too, that stone smasher after the other Lionel's sword breaks. Okay, I'm just gonna move on here. Let's get out the meteor rod. I like to get an updraft in the next area. Also should get a higher level bow, just to make sure I can take out these moblins that are on horseback, or bokoblins. Immediately all of them are going to notice you, so what I'm going to do is do this to kind of get some fire going and just start shooting them. And they're going to litter really good weapons all over the ground. Here's where the Lionel is going to start shooting at me. Maybe see if I can heal here. What do I have? Really not much. I'll do a full heal just to be safe. And let's use a defense boost if we want that. I'm going to use a defense boost. It's just a low level for now. We need to move our fight over to where that turret is so that it can't reach us. So before I... I got hit. I've got to get out of range of that turret. I've never seen the Lionel jump up there before. See, now I'm out of range of the turret. And if I can just stay... I've got a few fairies to help me, so I'm just going to let my... I'm going to get hit hard. Okay. What arrows Actually, let's use some elemental arrows just to take off more. Health. Okay. What do I want to do? Get on its back and beat on it, or let's use up this spear, why don't we? I don't have much stamina here. Yeah, I shouldn't have got on its back with no stamina, that's gonna hurt. Okay. Have any good one? I'll just keep using the spear. 1, 2, 3. And let's get up in the air. Stun it again. Actually, I should be using his brother's bow to get triple damage out of these arrows. That. Get some stamina come back. Okay. You get 5 hits, then you can jump off it and did not dodge in time. There we go. We'll get some damage out of them here. Okay. Those spears, like I said, they don't last long. Let's use your brother's sword on you here. Usually we'll jump out of the way. Okay. Perfect dodge. There we go. I'm getting too far away from the column and I'm going to have trouble from that turret here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Alright, get up in the air. Oops. I don't have any arrows. Make mistakes like that. It's a good way to get killed by a llama. Taking out his bow. And I'm getting trained on by the turret now. So let's get out of here. Okay. Get over closer to the... where that thing is. You see me? Oh, he doesn't know where I am. You gotta be careful though, because if he starts shooting in the air, you're gonna get hurt, because they come straight down on your head. That happens, just run. Hey, he took his own BotW friend off of the horse. Ouch. Okay, we can use a full heal here. I got 5 fairies to help me out here. What else can I do? Probably swap out my shield. Out of the way. I'll get hit by that. Okay, I was able to get out of the way. Okay. Got him. Okay. Working on him. Eventually he'll go down. Got him. Okay, let's go back in. Do some more damage. These moblins are going to give me trouble, so let's just take them out while we have a chance. They're both done. So. Right. Come on, let's finish you off here. I lost track of where the turret is. There it is. Okay, here's some damage I can do. With this Lionel taken out, it's pretty well finished through there. That's it. Okay. Don't really need anything. Don't need any more pickups, really. Do I have enough weapons to beat this thing? Yes, I do. Last thing is just take out this turret. You could just come up here when the Lionel's still around, but usually he just shoots arrows at you. And then you end up getting killed, so I like to take out the Lionel first. Okay, that thing's done. The Stone Smasher will do some really fine work on this. Just wanted to use up my bow. Okay, next weapon. Might as well use up our... Oh, that's it. I believe that's the end of it. And if you ever run out of weapons here, if you want to try to take out that Lionel, of course you end up using your ancient arrows on all three of these things. But there's lots of weapons around on the ground from the Bokoblins. So that's one way that the trial supplies you with some weapons that you'll need. Just to kind of show you what's around. There's some more arrows. I think I beat most of these Bokoblins over here, so let's see what kind of weapons. Bone weapons, Lizzo shield. There's a few spears in there. There's a lot of good stuff if you need them. They're hard to pick up though when the Lionel's chasing you. But so now we can go get our sword upgraded, which I've already done, so it won't show you the whole cutscene. And there is one more video I want to make. I'll try to make it tomorrow if I can. I want to do a Korok seed run, just to show how I go about Korok seeds. I have all 900 of them in my normal mode quest. And my master mode I have almost 200 or 450 of them. So I pinpointed about 30 of them using ZeldaDungeon.net, and it's a good way to just pin them all on your map and then just go through and pick them all up. And that's what we're going to do in the next video. I'll let the cutscene run in case you want to see it. Appreciate you joining me and taking a look at this. I hope you found something of value here. Again, I'll put LevelUp Royal's link to his channel so that you can check out his uploads. There's a lot of good stuff in there. He's really into the bone armor and bone weaponry, and he's found a way to optimize that. He's better than me at melee, but also he admits that he's not too good at it. So he has a lot of good ways around things to help you out with that too. From here, I guess I'll just save my game. And then before we leave, we'll just go over to my master mode quest and show you kind of what's going to happen in the next video if I get time to do it. Depending on when I do it, I may upload them both at the same time. I don't know. This is very different from the stuff that I have on my channel. I usually have just old videotapes from high school. So this is kind of a far cry from what I normally do, but also It's the only place I really have to put it on YouTube. So there I have 414 of the Korok seeds. And if you look at my map, up here, all these stars, those are all Korok seeds that we're going to find in the next video. There's 10 of them there. There's 10 down here in the fields, if I can find where I'm at here. Sorry. There's 10 of them here. And then we're going to do 10 of them up in the Arctic region too. So thank you again for joining me. If you have a video you want me to watch, please make a comment on it so I'll know to find it, because I've played this game a lot and I've learned a lot of things, but it seems like there's always something new to learn, and that's where the YouTube community comes in. We can all kind of get together and learn even more things about a game that we've already mastered. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one.